Hey, what's up, everyone? Ryan Arnold, aka Demon Master Reviews, here, and welcome to just a random live stream. I should say this isn't a Damage Incorporated show. This is just a random live stream. Um, Mean Metal Mike was supposed to join me, but he might be a little bit late. But hopefully when he gets here, we might resume or wherever I'm at. But anyway, one of the series that I'm doing here on the channel, the Looking Back series, I look at some years that I decide, which years I want to do and do full fledged or something like that. That I decided to do 2012 because obviously that was the year I started making YouTube videos and never really got to review any albums from there. Maybe some, but not all. So that one. But I do realize there are years that had some great albums that came out. So those that are having anniversaries, that these are years that are having 5 or 10 or more or anniversaries, like 10, 15, 20, stuff like that. And I'm looking at albums from years that were released, from years that ended in 2 and 7. So let's not waste any time and let's look into some albums. Well, obviously, I had to look at what albums came out from that month of I want to start with 1967 because I have some stuff that came out that year. I believe, if I'm looking at some of this right, some of them did come out from 1967. I have two physically, one that I am thinking of doing. The other I haven't really decided. So the first one that I'm going to start off with is a band that I am going to do at some point. Between the Buttons, I believe this one is the US version. They mentioned the UK version came out in 67, but I'm showing up I think this is the US version. I could be wrong, but yeah, I could be wrong. I don't know which version I'm holding up, but this might be just the US version. But yep. If I can pull the sleeve off so that y'all can see. There's the cover. It does come in on a printed inner sleeve like this, and then obviously plain black. Plain black. Ugh, God. Sometimes these are a pain in the ass to get back in. That's sometimes how it goes. But yeah, Between the Buttons. Nothing too much special. It's just, it's your standard Rolling Stones album. But yeah. And then the other one I have that is on cassette that did also come out in 1967. Days of Future Past. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Days of Future Past. This is, I believe, the Moody Blues, if I'm correct on here, because I did notice here on 1967, if I can scroll all the way down on here and find their album. Might be one of the later ones. Ah, yes. Days of Future Past is the second album, and apparently this is a concept album. What is the concept? I don't know what the concept is for this album, but apparently it says it's a concept album. But it says it's their first. I'll listen to it at some point because I haven't fully listened to it yet. But yeah, Moody Blues. This is from 1967, but there are other albums from this year. As I'm looking at Wikipedia, what came out this year. We got the Doors self-titled debut album. Obviously, Between the Buttons, like I said, yeah, both of them came out in '67. So, yeah, I mentioned Between the Buttons came out. Roy Orbison album. Roy Orbison sings Don Gibson. Jefferson Airplane, Surrealistic Pillow, Pillow. Hey, Brian, nice to see you here. But yeah, I just showed off Between the Buttons from Rolling Stones, which happens to have, this was from '67. I gotta remember. 55 years old now. But yeah. And then also Days of Future Past from the Moody Blues. Those are albums I own from '67. I wish I could show '62, but I don't have albums from '62. So, but then I'm looking at some other albums I mentioned. The Doors self-titled debut. Between the Buttons from the Rolling Stones. Let's see who else we got on here. Surrealistic Pillow from Jefferson Airplane. We got a Dolly Parton now. Hello, I'm Dolly. How Great Thou Art from Elvis. Apparently a gospel album, but it's whatever. I'm not gonna mention everything from this here. There is a lot from just music in general. I'm just mentioning some that are uh significant that I think to me are the Velvet Underground and Nico, a collab album. The Grateful Dead debut self-titled debut album. What else do we got here? Bob. Well, it's a compilation. But what else we got on here? There's a Chuck Berry album, or it might be just it's a compilation album. From Chuck Berry. Are You Experienced from the Jimi Hendrix Experience? That came out in May of '67, so that has an anniversary. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band from the Beatles. That's a classic album right there. David Bowie, I believe this is a self-titled debut from David Bowie. A Double Trouble from Elvis Presley, which is a soundtrack of all things. Flowers from the Rolling Stones, which I think they're just leftovers from everything that wasn't on US versions. This was the only released in the US, so there's that album. What else do we have on here? Ray Charles. Ray Charles invites you to listen. Here's a very interesting one that has an anniversary of all things. Leonard Nimoy presents Mr. Spock's music from outer space. I am like, I'm looking. Okay, yeah, we got Metal Connection in here. 1967. I'm on 1967. I'm doing albums that have anniversaries that are from years that end in 2 and 7. So there's going to be a lot going through this. I wish I had Mike here, but maybe he'll join. But we got, I think there's a Cream album on here, but I'm already on in June. But let's see, July. What do we got on here? We got the Yardbirds. Believe. Got the Yardbirds on here. We got the Bee Gees. I think this is their debut album or third studio album. I thought it was a debut, but it's not. We got a Johnny Cash Greatest Hits Volume 1 on here. We got a Pink Floyd album, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Oh, and it just so happens to be their debut. Ooh. And we got a Frank Zappa album. I wish freaking Mean Metal Mike was here. Lumpy Gravy. It is the debut solo album from them. We got a Neil Diamond album just for you on here. What do we else we got? We got another Chuck Berry album. 11th studio album, Chuck Berry in Memphis. And then we got a Waylon. We got several Waylon gems. We got a Frank Sinatra in August, The World We Knew. Looking through some of these other ones. Strange Days from The Doors, apparently. There was another Doors album. Came out that year. We got another Chuck Berry album. I'm sure, yeah, this must be a live album. Yeah, it's a live album. October has quite a bit. Who do we got on here? Some other bands I don't really recognize on this one. October, obviously the aforementioned Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. We got another Jefferson Airplane. This is the third studio album from them after Bathing at Baxter's. And then in December, we got Axis Bold as Love from Jimi Hendrix. Then we got their Satanic Majesty's Request from the Rolling Stones. The Who, Sell Out from The Who. Wild Honey from the Beach Boys. John Wesley Harding from Bob Dylan. I think that's about it for when it comes to 67. Oh, okay. That might be 67. Okay. Oh, from who? Metal Connection. I'm curious as to who. Jamming it to Ken Nardi. Cool. Anyway, we now are going to get into 72 now. I believe I have quite a bit more on the 72 side, or maybe I might have the same amount on that end. Oh, good Lord. As I'm now putting one of my albums back in here. Alrighty. 72. Metal was starting to come up around this time, so you had, obviously, but also during all of that, we had some prog stuff. Like, in particular, as I'm about to show on here. Oh, there you are, Mike. Oh, thank God you're here.
Yo, Ryan. Hello, what's up?
Thank God you're here. I was waiting on you. What took you so long?
Family emergency. That's my bad. I had a family emergency.
That is fair.
I had my nephew staying over for 3 days, so he just left. So I had to literally wait for him to. So.
Fair enough. But yeah, we got Mike here.
Yeah, humbug. Blah.
All right, yeah, it's all good.
Don't worry, guys. Mess with me, Metal Mike. He's got his metal chain.
All right, but we're on 1972.
Oh, I can do 70. I'll do 72, 73,
I got a few albums.
And 75.
I think I got a few albums from 72. Yes, I got 3 of them from 1972. But I got a few albums from that.
71.
But obviously, this was around the time kind of heavy metal was in its infancy. So obviously, Black Sabbath were around. You have some of those popular rock. Yeah, that's one of those. It's having an anniversary. Thank God you pulled it out.
Oh. Talk about a fucking great, possibly the best album from 1972, my opinion.
I could almost say that, but I got 3 albums here to show.
Well, poop on you, and I'm just joking. I'm always joking.
Okay,
joking.
Yeah, we got 2. I got 3 albums. The Moody Blues, 7 Sojourn, whatever you pronounce it.
I thought you were going to say 7 Star for a minute.
No. This is the Moody Blues album, not that album. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick. That's a classic right there. And then the final one that I have, yes, Close to the Edge.
That's Atlantic Studios, right? That's an Atlantic Studios CD.
Yep. Right there.
I always liked Atlantic Studios' little CD art. I know this isn't 1972, but you know.
You didn't get that great of art when it comes to 72, but
I have some Atlantic Studios stuff. I don't mind sharing off. Real quick.
Yeah, and while I'm also looking at that, I'm also looking at 72 in just music in general. And let's look going straight to...
Yeah, I have See, the one thing I liked about Atlantic Studio was just this is Apple One. I'm just using it as an example, but the ACDC like
apologies.
I just like the Atlantic Studios artwork. You know, the green, the white, the orange. I think it's kind of commercial, but it kind of works really well.
Yeah. Anyway, I got some albums from 72 that are in the metal category. Unknown Day, Blue Oyster Cult, self-titled. Thin Lizzy, Shades of a Blue Orphanage. Deep Purple Machine Head, obviously that's the album with Smoke on the Water, obviously. Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards, has an anniversary this year. That's about 50? No, 60. Yeah, 60 years. Then we got Alice Cooper, School's Out.
It's an okay album.
Yep. Obviously, you just showed Black Sabbath, Volume 4.
Which I think is the best album in 1972. I think it's the heaviest
hard argument when I showed the Jethro Tull and Yes albums.
Volume 4 is possibly the heaviest album of 1972. By far none.
Which one is this one? Oh, this one's the fifth. So basically, Demons and Wizards from Uriah Heep is the fourth album from them. We got Hawkwind. Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do, which happens to have Lemmy from Motorhead. Future Motorhead vocalist and bassist.
Hawkwind, I haven't heard Hawkwind thing yet. I don't know the sound of Hawkwind. Sorry, I've been coughing.
That's okay. But then we also got Uriah Heep, the Magician's Birthday from that year.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking over on the music side of things. January. Obviously, I mentioned the Blue Oyster Cult album. Jamming with Edward, which is, I think, a collab album between the Rolling Stones, Nicky Hopkins, and Ry Cooder. Oh, and it also says it's a 1969 jam. What else do we got on here? Got to Be There from Michael Jackson is the debut solo album for Michael Jackson.
I don't give a shit about Michael Jackson.
Yeah, no, we don't give a shit about his stuff until Thriller. But it's got an anniversary this year, so why not mention it?
There's other reasons that we're not going to discuss.
We got a posthumous... Oh, no, wait, this is a live album from Jimi Hendrix. Hendrix in the West, but this was posthumously released after his death. What else do we got in March? Oh, Weird Scenes Inside the Gold Mine. The second compilation album, but first following the death of Jim Morrison. It's a compilation album from The Doors.
I would like to do 1973 next. Once you're done.
No, this is anniversary years. These are for years that ended 2 and 7. So next is 77.
Oh, I thought we were going year by year.
No, we're doing anniversary years that are like, 5, 10, 15, 20, something like that.
Okay.
Okay, then we got Eat a Peach from the Allman Brothers. Elvis Elvis now from Elvis Presley.
Not a fan of the Allman Brothers or Elvis. Never got into them.
Fair enough, but I'm mentioning some of these because they're notable. Lonesome Crow from the Scorpions.
Yeah.
Their debut album is celebrating an anniversary this year, which is awesome. Okay, we got March now. Shades of Blue Orphanage, I mentioned, from Thin Lizzy. Thick as a Brick from Jethro Tull.
Yep.
I showed that. What else do we got on here? Machine Head from Deep Purple, obviously. We got Fleetwood Mac, Bear Tree, the sixth studio from the band. Did not notice that. Oh, a live album from Cream, Live Cream Volume 2. Humble Pie Smokin'.
That's a good album.
Styx self-titled debut from 72. And we get into April. Rio Grande Mud from ZZ Top, their second album.
That's a really good album. Underrated album.
Yeah, then we got Mardi Gras from Creedence Clearwater Revival, their seventh and final studio album. Wow, that's their last. I did not know that.
1977, Stacked. I just looked at
I got a feel on that, but we were going through some of these. We got another album, He Touched Me. I don't know.
It's Elvis. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's Elvis. Ooh, Lou Reed, self-titled debut solo album. Came out that year. Jeff Beck Group from 72 as well.
That's a good album. Cozy Powell.
Oh, here's a good one. Exile on Main Street from the Rolling Stones. That's a classic.
Not my favorite Stones album. It's very low on my list.
Yeah. Then we got, obviously, Demons and the Wizards from Uriah Heep.
That's one of the best albums.
Looking Through the Windows from the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
What else do we got in here? We got a Janis Joplin album from in concert, a live album from years 1968 and 1970. Okay, we're into June now. Eagles self-titled debut. Obscured by Clouds from Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. That's my favorite Pink Floyd album.
Really?
Yes, I love that album.
Interesting.
It's right after Metal, but it's right before Dark Side.
Yeah,
of the Moon.
it's that weird album between Metal and Dark Side. like right in that zone. Sometime in New York City from John Lennon and Yoko Ono. That has an anniversary this year. I'm not going to mention the Elvis album because it's a live album, but it has an anniversary. School's Out from Alice Cooper.
You already said.
Yeah, I mentioned that already. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Trilogy has an anniversary this year.
ELP.
Yep. Chicago 5 from Chicago has an anniversary this year too. Full Circle from The Doors. 8th album. It is the second album after Jim Morrison's death.
They only made a few more after that, then it disbanded.
Yeah, they made another one in 78, and then we're done after that. Let's see. We got Long John Silver from Jefferson Airplane. We got a Johnny Cash album.
Johnny Cash.
America, a 200-year salute in story and song.
Yeah.
Fall Cat, self-titled debut. Let's see who else is on here. Elf, self-titled.
That's a good album.
That's Ronnie James Dio's blues rock band. Well, it's their debut album, too. Okay, we get into September. Oh, yes, Close to the Edge. Yes. Phoenix from Grand Funk Railroad. Volume 4, Black Sabbath. Obviously, you showed that. What else we got on here? The Waylon Jennings album has an anniversary. Squawk from Budgie. 1972. We got Foxtrot from Genesis.
That's
October. What else we got in this month? This month's got a lot. Bee Gees, To Whom It May Concern.
Not a fan of the Bee Gees. They went, yes, for Australia, they went commercial, but they're like a pop band. They're not really rock and roll. They're kind of just a pop band. To be perfectly honest.
But they are worthy of being mentioned because, it's BG. Lou Reed, Transformer, his second solo album. Seventh Sojourn from the Moody Blues, I showed that. Hawkwind, Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do.
Yeah.
Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. What else? U.S. Uriah Heep album, The Magician's Birthday. I believe, and then we come into December, the final month. Here's something that will please you. The Grand Wazoo from Frank Zappa.
That's a really good album.
Oh, and then we got Ario 2 from Ario Speedwagon. But that's about all the 72 albums.
I will do 1977.
Go for it.
All right, 1977. That's pretty stacked. Up until 1977, we have Sin After Sin by Judas Priest. We have Sin After Sin by Judas Priest. Farewell to the King by Rush.
A Farewell to Kings, yes.
Spectre by Blue Oyster Cult.
Nice.
Sorry. Cat Scratch Fever by Ted Nugent, which I dislike that album. I just don't like Ted Nugent.
But it's worth mentioning.
Rock City by a band called Riot, 1977. Nice. Lights Out. UFO had an album in 77 called Lights Out. Of course, Love Gun by Kiss in 1977.
Yep.
Let There Be Rock by AC/DC, possibly the heaviest album of 77, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
Wait the Night by a band called The Runaways, which is, I think, an all-female band.
Yeah, that has Joan Jett in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that.
I think this is Ben's favorite album. I'm not sure about Scorpions, but this 1977 Scorpions album, Taken by Force.
Yeah, that was one.
Runaways had another studio album called Queens of Noise in the same year. Motorhead, the self-titled.
Yeah.
Draw the Line by Aerosmith. Innocent Venom by Uriah Heep. We have Keep the Dogs Away by a band called Thor, which didn't go nowhere. Off the Records with Sweet, band called Sweet. Kiss Alive too, but that's a
Speaking of Ben, what's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben?
Yeah, you mentioned Joan Jett and Lita Ford were in The Runaways. Yes.
Yes.
I do have a few albums. A few albums from 77.
Okay, go ahead, then I'll continue. Go ahead, Ryan.
The Emerson, Lake and Palmer Works, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Oh,
Bucky.
And also Kansas, Point of No Return.
Not much of a Kansas fan.
I saw it, I was like, I gotta have this. I freaking love Kansas.
Okay. Back to 1977. The next album is Violation by a band called Stars, Starz. We have The Quiet Riot, self-titled Quiet Riot in 1977.
They had Randy Rhoads on that album.
Yes, they did. We have Crocus. We have Crocus in 1977 with To You All. We have an album called Quartz, Quartz, with the self-titled Quartz album, Accept No Mercy by Nazareth, Firefly by Uriah Heep, also Innocent Venom by Uriah Heep. Both good albums. Check them out.
Yep.
We have Rock and Roll Machine by that band Triumph, Signal Fire by Bow Wow in 1977. We have the Alice Cooper Show, 1977. Shit. We have Riding High by a band called Moxie. We have Fandango, the self-titled. Graham Bonnet, self-titled, On Stage by Rainbow, and Living in the Fast Lane by Little Bob Street. So 77 was pretty packed.
Yeah. Yep.
Still sick.
Yeah. By a mile, J-Dub.
If I had to pick my
favorite, if I had to pick my top another. Oh, continue.
If I had to pick my top 3 favorites from 77, and don't mind the middle finger, I'm not actually flicking people off. I'm just listing my number 3. So it is.
That's cool, Ben. Produced by Tony Iommi. That's awesome.
I'm going at number 3, Farewell to the Kings at number 3. Number 2 is Sin After Sin. Number 1 is Let There Be Rock by AC/DC. Love Gun would be number 4. And Spectre by Blue Oyster Cult will be number 5 for me.
Yeah.
For 77.
Alrighty. Well, that's a lot of 77 albums. But we get to another good year. We get to another good year.
What year is that?
1982. All I have to say, new wave of British heavy metal takes over at this point. Oh my God. I have a few albums from that year. One on cassette, one on vinyl, and 3 on CD. I'll show the cassette real quick. The Who, It's Hard from 1982. But then we get to two. Then we get to two heavy hitters in 1982.
Oh, there's a lot of heavy hitters.
But these two in particular.
I see Scream for Vengeance is better.
I love both, but this one's perfect.
Okay, if someone pointed a gun to your head, it was between Screaming Vengeance or Number of the Beast. Someone pulled a gun to your head and said you can only pick one. But you have to destroy the other one with a sledgehammer.
Oh, man. Oh, boy.
Here's a question for you.
Iron Man is my all-time favorite, so I have to go with Number of the Beast in a heartbeat.
Sorry.
But I love this album, too. You know, songs like The Hellion Electric Eye, freaking Bloodstone, Take These Change, Pain and Pleasure, the title track, You've Got Another Thing Coming. Eek! We got Frederick.
Frederick. But remember, if you think wisely, which album is gonna last you on this island with someone at gunpoint to your head? Here's the thing.
Maiden.
After a while, the beast gets tired after a while.
Yeah.
I'm going.
He goes with Priest, man.
I'm sorry. I just listened to Priest. I discovered Priest before Maiden. I can't help it.
Yeah, I can understand that. All right. Well, there's other albums I think from 1982. I got two more. Physically, at the very least. Michael Jackson, Thriller. It has a.
I don't care about.
I mean,
Michael
come
Jackson.
on, beat it. That's solo from Eddie Van Halen. Come on, it's.
And
then the final one I have on that is on vinyl. Blackout from Start.
Because you found that for what, $1 or $2 or something like that.
Freaking Salvation Army of all places.
Yeah, I have a Salvation Army near me. Yeah.
That's crazy that I found it there. But yeah, that's all that I own for 72. So we're going into 80s. We got a 1982. There's quite a bit. I can look through this list of albums from 82.
Creatures.
Yes.
We
got Restless and Wild. Yes, I was about to mention that.
Black Metal by Venom.
Yes.
Iron Fist by Motorhead.
Yes. Ooh, Metal from Manila Road on here. We also
Metal
got
on Metal.
Coda.
Metal on Metal by Anvil, which is kind of a heavy Black Tiger, Y&T. We have Straight Between the Whatever by Straight Between the Eyes by Rainbow. Not my favorite era, Rainbow.
And we got Samson, you know, that band that had Bruce Dickinson before he went to join Maiden. We got, let me go through all this list. Except
Okay.
Restless and Wild, Aerosmith, Rockin' a Hard Place, Alice Cooper, Zipper Catches Skin, Anvil, Metal on Metal. I don't know if you care about them. April Wine, Power Play. Oh, who else we got on here? Black Sabbath,
Yeah,
Alive
I got one.
Evil, Blue
Diver
Oyster
Down.
Cult, Extraterrestrial Live. Oh, I don't care about that Van Halen album. We'll get
It's
to
a
that
good
one.
album. It's a good album.
It's lazy, repetitive. It's just them plain saying it's not good to me.
Oh, it's the last album with David Lee Roth. It's the best era.
No,
of anything.
David Lee, 1984, I prefer. Then we got Budgie, Deliver Us from Evil. Cheap Trick, One on One. We got Diamond Head, Borrowed Time.
We got
Gary Moore, Corridors of Power.
Signals by Rush.
Yes, that's at the bottom of this list. Sammy Hagar, Three Lock Box. I care about that. Here's someone that can help with a band that helped with the power metal. Heavy Load, Death or Glory. Check it out. It's really, really interesting. Yes, Rush Signals. Riot, Restless Breed. Rainbow, Straight Between the Eyes, like you said. Pat Benatar, Get Nervous.
Filth Hounds of Hades, a band called Tank.
Yes, I'm about to see where that is at, but I'm at the other side. Ozzy Osbourne, Speak of the Devil. Ted Nugent. Night. I don't know about. Oh no, Night Ranger, Dawn Patrol. Motorhead, Iron Fist, like you said. Michael Schenker Group, Assault Attack. Merciful Fate, Nuns Have No Fun. Manowar, Battle Hymns. Manila Road, Metal. Led Zeppelin, Coda, the last album they would ever do. Crocus, One Vice at a Time. Kiss, Creatures of the Night. Judas Priest, Screaming for Vengeance, and then Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. Hughes / Thrall. A one and only album from this band. It's a one album band. At some point, definitely would talk about. Samson, the band that had Bruce Dickinson on it. And they released two, Losing My Grip BP and Before the Storm. Saxon, the Eagle Has Landed. Scorpions Blackout, obviously.
Yeah.
What do we got on here? You mentioned Tank, Filth Hounds of Hades, yes. Oh, and then he released another one, Power of the Hunter. Who else we got? Twisted Sister, Rough Cuts EP, and Under the Blade, Tigers of Pantang, The Cage. UFO, Mechanics, Uriah Heep, Abominog.
Oh, it's my favorite Uriah Heep album.
Yeah, Van Halen, Diver Down. Just, I'm not going to mention about it anymore. Venom, Black Metal. Virgin Steel, I believe this is, self-titled debut. What do we got? White Snake, Saints and Sinners before they became, that big. We're about to get to the year they came out with that album. And Witchfinder General, Soviet Invasion EP, and Death Penalty. And YNT, Black Tiger.
Yes, YNT is a good band. Check them out sometime, Ryan. Give them a listen.
They will. Yeah, we're in 82, not 81. That would have been last year, but we never got to do something like this. Alrighty, we come to what is next? 87.
I'll do 87. I'll do 1987.
But first, I want to get to the albums that I actually own before you can get into that. I do have a few albums from 87. Only one on cassette and two on CD. The cassette one, obviously this was when the glam thing was going on in the thrash. But obviously one band took kind of that road at that point, and that band in particular is Def Leppard, Hysteria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has an anniversary, that from 87. Obviously, I remember what I was listening back to the Retroactive. I was listening back to the Retroactive album, And I thought if they did something like on those first two songs on that, which I think Desert Song and Fractured Love, which kind of had kind of a doom metal approach, kind of doomy. I thought if they had done that on Hysteria, oh my god, this would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They didn't. Obviously, they went down that more mainstream road with songs like, Rocket, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Armageddon. I think, just alone on the first side of this cassette, you got Rocket, Animal, Love Bites, Pour Some Sugar on Me, Armageddon, and then you got songs like Hysteria, the title track on here. Whoo! I know that's one you don't like talking about, but that has an anniversary. Then the other one, the 598 EP from Metallica.
That's a good album.
1987. One of only 2 Metallica albums in this video that'll be shown, obviously. But yeah. This is just a little covers album. And then the final one. You want to talk about a change? They went from a blues rock band to kind of going glam in a heartbeat. Whitesnake, self-titled.
It's not a bad album.
Yeah, it's not, but you know what they were going for at that point. You know what they were all about.
Everyone was. All right. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of 87. All right. For my list I have here, we have kicking it off with Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses.
The only good one.
Hysteria by Def Leppard.
Obviously.
Don't listen to Def Leppard. We have Abigail. By King Diamond.
Yes!
We have Electric by The Cult. We have self-titled Whitesnake. Hall of the Mountain Kings by Sabotage, which is a fucking great album.
Yeah, love the song on that album.
Back for the Attack by Dawkins. Oh, yeah. The guitars on that album were good. We have Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue. You mean shit, I don't like Motley Crue. Permanent Vacation by Aerosmith. Once Bitten by Great White. Dream Evil by Dio. Fucking great album. Tell No Tales by a band called TNT. We have Contagious by Y&T. The Eternal Idol by Black Sabbath.
Yes!
Among the Fucking Living by Anthrax in 1987. We have Future World by a band called The Pretty Maze. We have the Randy Rhoads Ozzy Osbourne tribute in 87. We have Candlemass's album Nightfall. Love is for Suckers by Twisted Sister. Rock and Roll by Motorhead. Scream Bloody Gore by Death. Keeper of the Seven Keys by Halloween. Crazy Nights by Kiss. You mean shitty nights. Shitty nights.
And then we go after that the next year, or the next album that we make is Hot to Shit.
A hot piece of shit. A hot piece of shit. We have The Legacy by...
What's up?
Hold on.
Sure. Hold on 1 second. You might have to take over 1992, but I'll be back.
Alrighty. Well, alright, just turn your camera off. I'll take it over. Alrighty, well, we're continuing with 1982. I'll do 1992. We're continuing off still with 1982 with Testament, or 1987. I'm sorry, with Testaments, The Legacy. Oh my god, the guitar sound on that album rips. We have Rock You to Hell by Grim Reaper, which came out in 1987. Fighting the World by Manowar. We have Raising Fear by Armored Satan 87, Live in the Raw by Wasp, Killing Technology by Voivod, Animal House by Udo, Under Jolly Roger by Running Wild, Faster Pussycat by Faster Pussycat, the self-titled, Pride by White Lion, Keel, Keel, the band Keel's self-titled album, Dangerous Attraction by Lion. We have Into the Pandemonium by Celtic Frost, the self-titled debut for Fraley's Comet. Oh, that's a great album. More Perfect Union by Icon. Total Control by John Norum. We have Loud and Clear by a band called Autograph. Triumph and Agony by a band called Warlock. Under the Sun by Bathory. That's a fucking great album. Day of Reckoning by Pentagram. Hell yeah. That's a fucking great album. We have Taken Over by Overkill. Easy O. Raise Your Feet and Yell by Alice Cooper. Introduce Yourself by Faith No More. The House of Blue Light by Deep Purple. Hurricane Eyes Loudness, the 598 EP, and Strength of Steel by, Anvil, 1987. It's not a bad year for metal or rock. It's kind of a kick-ass year. But now we go to 1992. 1992. Let me just pull it up here for you guys. I have it up here. Oh, made a typo. Typing it up. And we have 1992, guys, with, Alice in Chains' Dirt, Vulgar Display of Power by fucking Pantera. It's still a good Pantera album. Fucking great. Countdown to Extinction by Megadeth. Fear of the Dark by Iron Maiden. Blue Eyes for the Red Sun by Kuss. Shades of God by Paradise Lost. Dog Eat Dog by Warrant. Angel Dust by Faith No More. 1992's Kiss's Revenge. It's kind of Kiss going grunge. It was kind of Kiss going grunge for 1992's Revenge.
Oh, yeah, we're on 92 now, right?
I'm already at Revenge. Manic Frustration by Trouble. Danzig 3, Howl the God by Danzig. Images and Words by Dream Theater.
Yes. I do have a few albums. I will have to pause you right there. I don't know if you mentioned them at some point, but I have 3 albums from 92.
I did Vulgar Display of Power, Fear of the Dark already, and Vulgar Display of Power.
Fear of the Dark from Iron Maiden. Countdown to Extinction from Megadeth, obviously. And the final one, I know this came out in 1992 and it's just an EP from them. Opiate from Tool.
Want me to continue?
Yes, go on. I will be back again.
Okay. 1992 still, we have the Corellian Isthmus by a man called Amorphous. Never heard of Amorphous. I have to check them out. Meantime by Helmet. A Blaze in the Northern Sky by Dark Throne. We have Psalm 69, The Way to Succeed by Ministry. America's Least Wanted, Ugly Kid Joe. That's a fucking funny album. Kind of comedic, but funny. The Law by Exhorter. Adrenalize by Def Leppard. The Triumph of Steel by Manowar. Le Sexorsto, Devil's Music by White Zombie. The Crimson Idol by Wasp. Beyond the Crimson Harlot by Solitude 8. Double Eclipse by Hardline. Fucking Dehumanizer by Black Sabbath. Still a fucking good album. It's still one of my favorite Black Sabbath albums. We have Pure by a band. We have an album Pure by a band called Goldfish, 1992. Check them out. We have Stone Temple Pilots Core, Tomb of the Mutilated by Cannibal Corpse. What can I say? That's a fantastic 10 out of 10 album. The Fifth Crusade by Bolt Thrower. The Machine, self-titled. Fire and Ice, Yngwie Malmsteen. Realized Fantasies by TNT. The Ritual by Testament. The Lizard by Saigon Kick. Tangled in Rings by Steelheart. Clouds of Trimot. Epidemic of Violence by Demolition. Legion by Deicide. Somewhere Far Beyond by Blind Guardian. Exodus, Edge of Exodus by Triumph. We have Saints and Sinners, self-titled. Lynch Mob, self-titled. Onward to Golgoloth, Incantation. Utopia Banished, Napalm Death. The Red in the Sky is Ours by At the Gates. The Ultimate Incantation by Vader. Keep the Faith, Bon Jovi. Pile of Skulls, Running Wild. Doing the Nasty, Sick Toxic. The B-side Ourselves by Skid Row, and Break Like the Wind by Spinal Tap. So I think 1997 would be next, but I'm just going to chat with you guys for a bit until Ryan gets back. Hopefully everybody understands that. Don't want to do it by myself. So how is everybody's day going? What are your pickups today? What did you metalheads, you metal bastards, get today? What did you guys get? So let me just read some of these comments here. Sorry, I'm a little camera shy today. So, I think since Ryan's not here, we'll go down to 1997. We'll go straight to 1997. Let me just pull it up. We'll go straight to 1997.
Alrighty,
already went through 92. We're on at 97.
Yes, that's where I'm going to take over here because I'll let you do 92. All right, 97. This is basically, I think, around the time where we were in the kind of nearing the end of what is known as the no fun 90s. We were starting to get
no fun.
but we were getting out of that period, and we were starting to get some good stuff from that time period. Like, I'm done with all the vinyls and cassettes now. I'm only on the CDs now. So here are some that I own. Accident of Birth from Bruce Dickinson. His fourth solo album and his first proper metal one. Obviously, the reunion of him and the reunion of him and Adrian Smith on here, not to mention Royce. This is a killer album.
Wait, how can there be two Bruce Dickinsons?
Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Just imagine Bruce Dickinson. You see a young teenage Chris Barnes comes out dressed up as Bruce Dickinson. You're like, all right, I'm Bruce Dickinson now. I want to play.
Oh God, yes. Yes, but there are albums that aren't quite metal that aren't as great from '97. Here's some from one of my favorite alt rock bands, Disciplined Breakdown from Collective Soul, kind of just an alt rock band. Here's one I know a lot of people won't give a crap about, but I end up getting this. This is their debut album, Creed, My Own Prison from '97 as well.
That's not a bad album. It's just forgotten.
Yeah, you got it's their most, aside from maybe say their more recent stuff, like say Weathered, and I say some of their stuff has some of the heaviest ones, but this is kind of the moment where they were kind of really heavy with songs like My Own Prison, Torn, Ode, just a lot of more kind of like it's kind of grungy, kind of.
Yeah,
you'll get moments of what this band would become later on with the songs "What's This Life For" and "One," but obviously this is a lot more heavier album from the band. And then obviously from '97, the last one from Metallica, Reload. I personally prefer Load, but this has an anniversary, so it's Reload. So yeah,
I think I prefer Reload.
I like Load more than Reload, but Reload definitely.
Where the Wild Things Are is a good song. It's a good rare song.
I think some great songs on here. Fuel, it's been played live quite a bit. The Unforgiven 2, I absolutely love. Yeah, Where the Wild Things Are is a great one. Fixer, they just put out a live video of them playing that song for the first time ever, which is a big deal.
Not too many people liked it though.
I like that.
I watched that video. Some people in the crowd were shouting Saint Anger, like, bring that back. I'm like, why?
Yeah, but that's all those that I have from '97. What are albums that came out in '97, Mike?
All right, here we go. We have Glory to the Brave by Hammerfall.
Ooh, nice.
Come My Fanatics, Electric Wizard. Something Wild, Children of Bodom.
Yes.
Ethrone Darkness Trilogy, Dimas Borok, Horacle, Flames, City,
Yeah.
Scraping Y, a band called Scraping Y,
Cool.
Anthems to the Welkin.
At Dust from Emperor. Yeah.
Never heard of that band. Greatest Love Songs
Emperor.
by a band called Him. Who the fuck
Emperor.
cares?
Yeah, Emperor. Symphonic black metal. Probably one of the best.
Around the Fur, Deftones, Visions, Stradovanus, a band called Stradovanus with
Stradivarius, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Divine Wings of Tragedy, Symphony X.
Nice.
The More Things Change, Machine Head. We have. Sorry, I'm just getting tired. Sorry if I sound moody. I'm just.
It's
tired.
all right. If you want me to take over, then I can.
I'll keep going for as long as I can.
All right, fair enough.
Album of the Year by Faith No More. It's not. It's a Faith No More album that never gets talked about, never gets mentioned, never actually gets reviewed much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tim Ripper Owens Jugulator. Judas
Oh, the Judas Priest album. Oof.
It's better than Demolition. That has it going for it. Here in the Now Frontier by Queensryche, underrated album. Has some good guitar riffs on it. Cryptic Writings by Megadeth.
Mm-hmm.
Underrated album. Carnival of Chaos by Gwar. Restless Heart, White Snake.
You went from a self-titled to that. Oh, the 90s didn't do White Snake good. Oh,
9 Lives.
So hard.
They kind of did Aerosmith hard too. 9 Lives by Aerosmith.
Yeah. At least Aerosmith came back the next year with that one song on Armageddon.
I think a one-album band, like a self-titled Cold Chamber.
Cold Chamber had made more after that.
Udio, Solid by Udo.
Udo, yeah.
$3 bill, y'all.
Oh, God, no.
It's a $3 bill, y'all.
Oh, no.
We have, I can't pronounce it. It's Senshukt by Rammstein.
Senshukt Rammstein. Gotta be like
Come In and Burn. Come In and Burn, the Henry Rollins Band.
Cool.
We have Ocean Machines by Devin Townsend.
Yes.
Days of Purgatory by Iced Earth.
Oh, that was kind of them throwing back to their purgatory days.
Unleash the Beast by Saxon. Carnival of Shit.
Oh,
Yes.
Carnival was the final session for Kiss. Oh. Last one with Bruce.
Yes.
Their attempt at grunge.
Second.
Here's the thing. I'd rather take Crazy Nights over that. But I always want to listen to that Kiss album. I always wonder what it sounds like.
First Kiss studio album with Eric Singer on drums. So
no, Revenge was the first one with Eric Singer.
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
Yeah.
We have
Second
To Ride Shoot by Entombed.
Yeah, they were starting to get to that alternative side.
Generation Swine by Motley Crue.
I prefer listening to the Carnival of Souls album than that Motley Crue album.
We have Geezer Butler's solo band GZR with the self-titled Black Science album.
Nice.
We have The Fourth Judgment by Jug Panzer, something like whatever.
Jag Panzer.
Jag Panzer. Remix and Repent by Marilyn Manson. Who the fuck cares about Marilyn Manson? We have
all people care about is the one with beautiful people. That's it.
A Fistful of Alice by Alice Cooper.
Huh.
Kill Fuck Die by Wasp. I don't know why they named it that title soundtrack. It's a good album, but you know.
Yeah.
We have more. 1997 had a shit ton of albums. We have the self-titled Seven Dust. Violent Demise by Body Count.
Hell yeah.
Somber Eyes to the Sky, Shadows Fall.
Yeah.
The Ozman Cometh.
Isn't that just a compilation album, or is it like a covers album?
Covers compilation.
It's a compilation, yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Kingdom of Madness by Ed Guy.
That's got to be a power metal band.
Outcast by Creator. We have Shadow Life by Doggin. Iron Savior, self-titled. Get Some by a band called Snot.
Not to be confused with Slipknot.
The Wake of Magellan by Sabotage. 1 Second, Paradise Lost, Endangered Species by Y&T, and Dominion by Camelot. So 1997 had a crap load of albums, but you could tell from years prior. Just you could see the decline.
yeah. But thankfully, we're getting into a year where metal was being rejuvenated. Was at this point rejuvenated. We're getting to the year. Exactly. We have to thank new metal for this, because it kicked a lot of bands to make great albums from some of those years. 99, 2000, 2001, and the year we're about to talk about, 2002. I have a few albums from those years. Some of them, I got one that is just prog rock or something like that, kind of like an alt rock or something like that. We got one that's kind of a melodic death metal, and then we got one that's prog. Obviously, the ones that I own at the moment, all that I have on CD. This is their 2009 reissue of it, but it was from 2002. Amon Amarth versus the World. Got this, I think, at a half-price bookstore. Pretty damn cool. Then we got Coheed and Cambria, the second stage Turbine Blade. This was before they went that full-on prog rock, prog metal. They have most of that emo rock, alt rock, kind of that style of, styles that are similar to, like, say, My Chemical Romance, stuff like that. They really didn't have that prog metal stuff like they would on the Good Apollo albums or even Black Rainbow or any of that stuff. But yeah, this is their debut. This is the number 2 in their Armory War saga. Their first ones which came out recently, the Afterman albums, Year of the Black Rainbow, this album, In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. The Good Apollo albums are the closers of this, and that's where they get really, really good. But yep, Coheed and Cambria. And then the final one, the better double album from Dream Theater, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence.
I still say the other album's better. Poo poo padoo.
Fuck the Astonishing and its stupid ass.
Not the Astonishing, the one before it.
They had a double album before it? They never had a double album. This is their first.
No, I said not the double album, the one before the Astonishing.
Oh, Dream self-titled or Metropolis. Oh,
Metropolis.
Too polished, but this one's comparing this one to the Astonishing. This is the better double album, easily.
I almost got you there. You thought I was going to say Astonishing.
No. Fuck that album and its stupid ass. Fuck that album and its stupid ass. I mean, come on. You got songs like the title track. Their longest song at 42 minutes.
And I'm a Dream Theater fan. And that's not my favorite Dream Theater album. I just can't get into that album. It's too long.
Oh, the Astonishing?
No, the double album.
This one here?
I prefer the call me possibly the worst Dream Theater fan ever. I prefer the Astonishing over that album.
That's 2 hours of Disney music. That's longer than this. This is shorter and it's better. Songs like Glass Prison, Blind Faith, This One Thing Good, the title track, the 42-minute title track. It's so damn good. But yes, if I'm to get on with this, let's look at some albums from those years. From 2002. Looking through all, we got the Mantle from Agalock. Great album. Like I said, Versus the World from Amon Amarth. All That Remains, Behind Silence and Solitude, their debut album. We got Battery, Nordland 1. Between the Bear and Me, self-titled album. 1919 Eternal from Black Label Society. Blind Guardian, A Night at the Opera. Breaking Benjamin, Saturate, their debut album. They would get heavier later on. Gore Obsessed from Cannibal Corpse. Wonder What's Next from Chevelle. Danzig 777, I Luciferi. Dark Tranquility, Damage Done. Demon Hunter, self-titled debut. Def Leppard X. I don't know if anybody gives a shit about that one. We got Dio, Killing the Dragon.
That's my favorite. That's a good album.
Disturbed, Believe, their second studio album. This is where we're starting to get the more
Untouchables by Korn. We have Untouchables by Korn, which I think is the worst Korn album cover.
Yeah.
Why do those kids?
Yeah, I'm going alphabetical order. We're going to get to that one. Down to A Bustle in Your Hedgerow. Obviously the Dream Theater album, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. Electric Wizard, Let Us Pray. Fear Factory, Concrete, originally released in 1991, but not released until 2002. Firewind, Between Heaven and Hell. Hammerfall, Crimson Thunder. Hatebreed, Perseverance, Hate Eternal, King of All Kings. High on Fire, Surrounded by Thieves. Immolation, Unholy Cult. Immortal, Sons of Northern Darkness. In Flames, Reroute to Memory. What do we got on here? Cataclysm, Shadows and Dust. Killswitch Engage, Alive or Just Breathing. King Diamond, Abigail 2, The Revenge. Korn, The Untouchables, obviously. Kylesa, self-titled debut. Lacuna Coil, Comelese. The debut album from Lordy, Get Heavy. To get up on here, Luca Turilli, Prophet of the Last Eclipse. Manowar, Warriors of the World. Mastodon, Remission. Megadeth had released a live album and a compilation from this year, Rude Awakening, and Still Alive and Well.
Hey Ryan,
Yes?
I'm gonna tap. I think after 2002, I'm gonna tap out. I'm getting pretty tired. So
fair enough. All right. Then we got Sugar, Nothing. Motorhead, Hammered. This happens to have Time to Play the Game, that theme song for Triple H on it. What do we got on here? Opeth, Deliverance. Papa Roach, Love, Hate, Tragedy. What else we got here? Protest the Hero, A Calculated Use of Sound. The Red Chord, Fused Together in Revolving Doors. Rhapsody, Power of the Dragonfly. Rush, Vapor Trails. Satyricon, Volcano. Saxon, Heavy Metal Thunder. Shadows Fall, The Art of Balance.
oh, it's a good album.
Soilwork, Natural Born Chaos. Star One, Space Metal, Stone Sour, self-titled debut. Took them a while to make an album. Symphony X, The Odyssey. You were going to say?
Def Leppard, X by Def Leppard.
I already mentioned that already. System of a Down, Steal Your Album. Theory of a Dead Man, self-titled debut. Trapped, self-titled debut, if anybody gives a shit about them. Tyr, How Far to Asgard. Underoath, The Changing of Times. Vader, Revelations. Vanden Plas, they're kind of a prog metal band or something like that. They released Beyond Daylight. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah, some bands that did disband at this point. Alice in Chains, because of obviously Lane Staley, which on that says Alice in Chains singer Lane Staley is found dead from an overdose of heroin.
Alrighty, guys, me metal Mike's tapping out. Keep things metal.
Yep. Thank you for coming on, Mike. Anyway, we're not quite done yet. I do got a lot of albums left. However, so it's got one more year at the very least. We have 2007, as I'm going to now click on the final year of albums. Some of these albums, there's really wasn't much when it comes down to the metal scene and stuff. So there were some great albums from this year. Obviously, I got a few here physically. We'll go with CDs that don't have cases. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Rain, his comeback album, I believe, 6 years after Down to Earth, the last great Ozzy album, in my opinion, because everything else, although I am kind of low-key excited for the new Ozzy album, but this one was, I still like it to this day, comparing it to the other two that I have ahead of it, but, it's down at the bottom. Here's a band some people might not give a crap about. This is 2007, so there wasn't really much. The Devil Wears Prada, Plagues. This was when they were starting to really get good. Like, they were kind of teetering towards that deathcore style. And then we got some that I have cases for. Apocalyptica, Worlds Collide. This happens to, I believe, have like a look at the booklet here. I believe they have, if memory serves me right, if I can look on here. They had Corey Taylor on here. Till Lindemann from Rammstein. There also is, I believe, Richard, also from Rammstein. Last Hope with Dave Lombardo. I Don't Care, featuring Adam Gontier, formerly of 30 Days Grace, now of Saint Asonia. There's also Christina Scabia from Lacuna Coil on this album. So yeah, that's Apocalyptica. Kind of more of a cello metal band, but really, really cool stuff they do. We now get to Good Coed Cambria, No World for Tomorrow, or Good Apollo, I'm Burning Star for Part 2. This is the second one in the No World for Tomorrow, the Good Apollo albums. I absolutely love this. And I love Part 1 too. But this one's really, really good. And then the final one I own, and I realized that this is a 2007 album, but I didn't really know if it was. Death Spell Omega, Fos ite maledicte in ignem aeternum. Yeah, this is the second album in there. Well, I say third, actually. Third overall, but second full length in there. God, Devil, and Man trilogy, if you include Keynotes and Drought. This is the third album and all that. But yeah, that's, I think, about all those that I own. But now getting to basically close out this year. And I believe this is where they start doing them, graphing them by the months. So we got a few in here that I will mention. Gravedigger, Liberty or Death, Rotting Christ, Theogonia, Pain of Salvation, Scarsick, Swallow the Sun, Hope. What else we got in this year? Charlie Dominici, 03, a trilogy, part 2. Man of War, Gods of War. We got a Buckethead album, Pepper's Ghost. Saxon, The Inner Sanctum. Chimera, Resurrection. Dying Fetus, War of Attrition. Typo Negative, Dead Again. Yes, Seven Dust, Alpha. Sabaton, Metalizer. What do we got? In This Moment, Beautiful Tragedy. Machine Head, The Blackening. What else we got on here? Chevelle, Venusira, Shadows Fall, Threads of Life, Static X Cannibal, Hell Yes self-titled debut, Annihilator, Metal, Mayhem, Ordo Ad Chaos, Wasp, Dominator, Dark Tranquility, Fiction, Year Zero from Nine Inch Nails. I used to own that. 6 Feet Under, Commandment, On Superium, Victory Songs, Dimmu Borgir, Insorte Diaboli, Marduk, Rom 512. And we get into May now. Neurosis, Given to the Horizon, Job for a Cowboy, Genesis, United Abominations from Megadeth. I used to own that album. UDO from Master Cutter, Cannibal Corpse, Vile, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Rain. I showed that. Sonata Arctica, Unia, 3 Inches of Blood, Fire Up the Blades, Buckethead, Acoustic Shards, Dream Theater, Systematic Chaos, Iced Earth, Overture of the Wicked. Sure. Okay, where are we at now? Overture of the Wicked. Devin Townsend, Ziltoid, the Omniscient, Camelot, Ghost Opera, Tesla, Reel to Reel, Municipal Waste, The Art of Partying, Pig Destroyer, Phantom Limb, August Burns Red, Messengers, Entombed Serpent Saints, O Candlemas, King of the Grey Islands. The Islands, I believe, if I'm... Yes, see left again. King Diamond, Give Me Your Soul, please. Symphony X, Paradise Lost, Behemoth, The Apostrophe, Velvet Revolver, Libertad, their last one. Darkest Hour, Deliver Us, Carnifex, Dead in My Arms, Nile, Encephalic, Malevolent Creation, Doom's X, Bloodstained Child, Mosaic, Evergreen Terrace, Wolf Biker, The Red Cord, Pray for Eyes, Korn Untitled, 5-Figure Death Punch, The Way of the Fist, Whitechapel, The Somatic Defilement. We got Drowning Pool, The Full Circle, if anybody cares about them. Alcest, Souvenirs, Dune, Autre Monde. I don't know how to pronounce that. Bring Me the Horizon, Count Your Blessings. As I Lay Dying, An Ocean Between Us. Obviously, I showed Devil Wears Prada, Plagues. Epica, The Divine Conspiracy. We got Scorpions, Humanity Hour 1. I used to own it. Gotta get it again. Amorphous, Silent Waters. Proof, Estrangement. Baroness, the Red Album. Every Time I Die, The Big Dirty. Epica, The Divine Conspiracy again. High on Fire, Death Is This Communion. Iced Earth, Framing Armageddon, Something Wicked Part 1 came out that year. Apocalyptica, Worlds Collide, I already showed that. Hymn, Venus Doom, Black Dahlia Murder, Nocturnal, Colors from BT, bam. Great album. Suicide Silence, The Cleansing, Dark Throne, FOAD, or it's short, I think, Fuck Off and Die, I believe is what it's called. Down 3, Over the Under. Death Clock, the Death Album 1 in some cases. Wolves in the Throne Room, Two Hunters, Night Wish, Dark Passion Play, Sodom, The Final Sign of Evil. We're getting into October now. Apologies, eyes are a little bit watery. Axel Rudy Pale, Diamonds Unlocked, Skeleton Witch, Beyond the Permafrost, Megadeth War Chest. I think this is just a compilation album. Overkill, Immortalis, Lord of Osiris, The New Reign, Tony Danza, Tap Dance Extravaganza, Danza 2, Electric Boogaloo, Soilwork, Sworn to a Great Divide, Hammerfall, Steel Meets Steel, 10 Years of Glory, Anonymous Rock, Hell is Empty, and All the Devils Are Here, Avenged Sevenfold, still titled. 2 Buckethead albums in this month, Cyborg Slunks and Decoding the Tomb of Banshee-Bot. November, Dillinger Escape Plan, Ironworks, November, The Blue, Demon Hunter, Storm the Gates of Hell, Gamma Ray Land of the Free 2, Sebastian Balk Angel Down, who gives a crap about him, Electric Wizard, Witch Cult Today, The Ocean, Precambrian, and then finally December closes out with apparently just one, but it's an album I don't know if I really want to mention. But yeah, that's it for, I guess, this live stream of mentioning albums that do have anniversaries. A lot of albums. I know Mike talked a lot about them. I talked a good bit about some albums from some of those years. But there's a lot, and hopefully maybe next time, next year, I will do. Obviously, 2013, I will do this. I'll do another one of these again. But these are to all of these albums. Happy anniversary, obviously, and to a lot of you who came out and saw this. Thank y'all for joining. And if you're watching this as a video, click that like button or dislike, whichever floats your boat. Comment below what your thoughts are on these albums, and if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button. Also, this will be on Patreon, so if you want to, click the up or down arrow on that video. Comment below what your thoughts are on the album, and follow us over there so we can become the most followed metal related channel over there on Patreon. So I want to thank to Metal Ben, Frederick, Eister Fan, say it again, Eister Fan Forever, Frederick Zunko, Metal Connection, Metal Ben, me Metal Mike, obviously, for coming on board. So I'll talk to y'all. I'll see y'all again next week. There will be another live stream. I can finally stop doing these kind of live streams this week. But yes, so thank y'all for watching. This has been my looking back on albums from other years that end in 2 and 7. I will see y'all later, and as always, keep things metal.